Hello and welcome into Paperhats Season 3. I'm Dr. Yankovic and today is Episode 7. You may see a really nice build back there. That is a chalet I've been working on and it's actually done, so I'll show you that in just a minute. But today we have bigger matters to attend to. In the last episode I explained that Mr. Gold had recruited me for a special project over at his base. So don't worry, we are going to be doing that today. But first I do want to show you the chalet, and more importantly than all of that, we need to add on to the diamond pile finally. It's been looking like a sad pile of diamond blocks for too long. And, you know, off camera, I have done a ton of diamond mining, and look at that. I've got some to add on to it. So let me convert these, and we'll see how many blocks we have. Okay, looks like we have 57 and 7 loose. I'll just keep those in there. But these 57 blocks, they're going to be going on the pile. And look at that. That is a formidable pile of diamonds. I may shape that up a little bit later so it looks a little bit better, but I think that's good for now. I don't want to spend too much time on that. For now, let me go show you the chalet really quick. By the way, quick side note, this church was being built in my last episode. You could see throughout the episode, since that video took me so long, you could see that it was being completed in little bits and pieces. But it is all done now. Now, this is actually Kelsey's build, and I couldn't be happier because look, you know, I built this fancy road and I have my diamond pile and I've got the chalet now, but that is making my property value shoot up. I'm telling you, this it's great scenery, it looks great, and she did a really good job on it. She was I know she was designing it for a long time, and it took her a while to actually build it. I think about a month. So super awesome job to her. It looks great, and there is no better way to start off the chalet tour with looking at my giant shulker monster. Well, it's not really giant. I've seen a lot worse, but it is definitely a formidable shulker monster here in the front that's just had all my supplies. I'm gonna have to learn to get better with that, because on this build I really wanted to worry about the little details and use a bunch of different blocks so it had a lot of depth to it, and I think it turned out super well. I'll do a quick fly around here. I've got the front, or the back, I guess. I think you'd call that the front. And of course that wall doesn't have anything on it. I still need to add windows. I forgot about that. And of course the back is kind of lackluster too, but I guess it kind of is still a work in progress, but the main parts that anyone would see are completely done. I wanted a, you know, like a really nice vacation home here on the base, just to be able to walk around it every once in a while. Maybe start videos off from there and just have a nice piece of eye candy for everyone to see who comes over to my base. But when you walk in here, I actually built this for a nether wart farm. That has to do with Mr. Gold's project that he wants me to do. But I was encouraged by Dakota to put plenty of flowers in the chalet here, and I think it absolutely breaks up the wood tones, and yeah, they look great. Nice flowers. And of course I've got my command center up here, just a couple of chests where I can put supplies, and of course my crafting stuff. So this is going to be ever changing up here, I imagine. But yeah, I'm super proud of this. I want to maybe do at least 2 more of these over here at the base, because I think that'll look really nice. Just maybe 2 or 3 in a little neighborhood down here. And it's raining. Very nice. One thing that I haven't been able to do, and feel free to give me some suggestions down in the comments, I haven't done the basement at all. I'll go ahead and fall down here. But this is the part of the mountain that I just covered up and made a really nice sidewall to. So down here I'm thinking maybe one big farm for my base that isn't in the industrial district. Or maybe I'll just make a really cool, like, project down here that reminds me of one of the other paper hats. So feel free to leave your suggestions down in the comments, and I will absolutely appreciate that, because sometimes it's hard for me to come up with ideas. Wow, just take a look at everything he's done here. I know that Mr. Gold was really trying to go big this season, and I think he's absolutely doing it, so super proud of him. But what we have to do is in here. I'm not really sure what he calls this. Maybe this is his hall or meat hall or something. But I know down here, this is his throne room. Wow. He showed me this the other day, but I think he's done some improvements to it. I could be wrong, but still, it looks super awesome. But what we want to do is right here. Currently, there's absolutely nothing here. That's obvious at least. But if you fly down here, he has a really cool storage room here, and it is quite massive. But what he needs a staircase all the way down here, and leading into the storage room somehow. So my idea is if he is okay with it, I'm thinking I could sort of rework this wall, or this space in this wall here, and it could spiral up this way, have a small balcony here where he can go down and look at his room from this angle, and then it goes all the way up. It doesn't mess with the ceiling here, but it just wraps around, goes along here on the balcony, and then it kind of coils up to this platform here. I think if we terraform it, within reason, of course, I don't want to completely destroy what he's got going on here, but if we really texture it, terraform it, make it look awesome, I think that'll be the staircase of the century. So, just looking at it, I have... Well, if I could get up here, I am terrible at flying today. Wow, I keep hitting the chain. Oh, goodness. This may be more difficult than I thought if I can't get it together. But, yeah, I've made a list, and I have started gathering resources, but I think I'm going to get a few more, and like I said, the nether wart is so I can get this red nether brick stuff. He doesn't use a ton of it. So I have about a half a chest of that, which would be half of that will be red nether brick. So we should be fine. We don't need a ton of it. And I have a ton of deep slate and a ton of blackstone. So give me just a few minutes. I will go gather up my supplies, and we'll see if we can't get a template laid out, and then maybe roll a nice time lapse. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I've got my supplies, I've got everything I need, and I've actually been working away for just a little bit. The reason why is because on these sort of organically shaped builds that I try to do, I find it that the time lapse or just trying to record it in general is a little bit annoying for me because I have to worry about what I'm capturing, plus it's a little bit jarring for the average viewer. At least I think so. Do leave in the comments if you think I should show more of this like really early process here. But I do have a really nice thing to go off of, and I better just go ahead and deal with any creeper that I see so I don't blow up any of Mr. Gold's stuff down here. But I'm just going to connect it here. I think this is the perfect place to do that. And I have just given myself a guide. And, of course, as you'll notice, even just a second ago, I have tore out a lot of Mr. Gold's terraforming and stuff. So do not worry. I'm going to replace all of this stuff as needed. So I'm going to make sure that it's still... You know, what he was going for with the cobble and the stone and all that... I'm going to replace that as needed around the new edges that I've made. So do not worry. I am not one just to destroy a build because I think mine looks better. I am going to incorporate both of our styles in with this, of course, because it is his base after all. But as you can see, the path is really nice. It just curves around here. I thought that was really interesting, and we've carved a little door out of here. This, I'm going to keep the aesthetic. I may add one more texture block just so we have another texture there. And so it signifies that it is important. It's a doorway, so it is important. But yeah, from here we just need to lay down the actual blocks instead of our just little guide here. And yeah, it should be a really fun build. And you know what that means. Time-lapse time. Let's go. And we're back with great news. Actually, two bits of great news. Now, yesterday when I was streaming, I noticed that things kind of get a little bit dark in OBS, and it's not really what I see on screen, so I, messed around with some of the settings and things, but long story short, I was able to make things a little bit brighter and a little more lively. So it's not as dark and gloomy looking. But if it's too bright or if it's too dark or whatever, let me know down in the comments and I'll be happy to tweak those settings for you. But for now, let's see what we've done for Mr. Gold here. Now, one thing to note is I have already notified Mr. Gold that it is done, and he absolutely loves it. So I am super, super glad that I was able to do a really good job for him. But just so you have a first-person experience of going down this staircase, I wanted to make sure that he had a balcony here going down where he can see his amazing work. And this storage room really does look amazing. He's done a great job with it. The gold and the prismarine, those actually go together. That's not two blocks that I ever set next to one another, but he pulled it off very well, and I would have never thought to use it that way. Another thing I wanted to do is this straight on view, I guess. I wanted to have a window here where he could also take a double take of the work he's accomplished. And this guy is still after me. He was after me a little earlier. But yeah, it looks great. I love the views from up here. And then it was kind of hard maneuvering this a little bit, but I think I've pulled it off in a way where you can walk up and down it pretty smoothly. But you go down here, you have access to your storage room and a really nice doorway. One thing that I tried to really do to make it a little more interesting, the further you go down, the more red I wanted to use. So on the underside of things, I made sure to use a lot of nether brick and red nether brick. And when you're coming down here to the final steps, I used a lot of nether brick and even red nether brick, even deeper than that. So I think it's got a really cool aesthetic. I think it goes with his dwarven theme. And I told him if he needs to change anything or whatever, I will not be offended because it is his base after all. But I think we did a good job here, and I'm glad he loves it. At least the way it is, and he can change whatever he needs to. But for now, I think we should get back to my base, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my next project. So as I fly into my base here, I see a lot that I haven't done yet, a lot that needs to be worked on, and a lot that I've already done, actually. Now, I've mentioned earlier in the episode and in earlier episodes that the current plans for the base is build at least one thing for each of the paper hats that'll remind me of them. And I think what my next project is going to be is somewhere down there next to the church where it's just been jungle. I want to try to keep it in render distance. So if I'm up here, I want to be able to see all of it, and I'm going to have to double check with Kelsey that she doesn't mind me building something next to the church. But I would love to build a mushroom forest, I think, in this general area here, and that'll be Dan the Noodle Man, because he's all about those mushrooms, and his skin is even a mushroom, I believe. So, and a mushroom forest isn't something that I've ever built before, so I think it'll be a really cool project. This may be a bigger project than I can get done in one episode, so it may draw out to the next couple episodes, or maybe I'll even skip an episode or something. But it'll be something that I'll probably mostly work on stream to make the time lapse. So do go follow me over at twitch.tv/Dr. Jankovic. That's going to be a really cool project. Unfortunately, that is all the time I have for you today. I hope you like the staircase we built for Mr. Gold, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, I do encourage you to hit that subscribe button so you're always notified when I have a new video. And guys, I hope you have a great one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much.